Okay, welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 6, Scientific Notation. Our learning target objective for this lesson is to use scientific notation to write large and small numbers. And we do have one vocab word for this lesson. It is scientific notation. When a number is written as the product of a factor and an integer power of 10. So you may always pause the video to write down the definitions and then start it back up when you are ready. Moving on, our key concept for this lesson is scientific notation. In words, scientific notation is when a number is written as the product of a factor and the integer power of 10. The factor must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Looking at symbols, a times 10 to the nth, where a is greater than 1 but less than 10, and n is an integer. An example, we have 425 million. Well, you write that it comes down to 4.25 times 10 to the 8th. As you notice, there's only one number to the left of the decimal. And that number has to be greater than 0, but less than 10. So basically it has to be 1 through 9 left of the decimal. All right, we're going to do some examples now. Write each number in standard form. Standard form is everyday writing. So we're taking a scientific notation and putting in to numbers you normally see. So 5.34 times 10 to the 4th. What we're going to do is take 5, 3, and the 4. Okay, you're going to put your pencil on where the decimal is, and we're going to move it 4 spots. It's a positive 4, so we're going to go 4 spots to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and where we have our little dips where there's no numbers, we're just going to fill in with zeros. And there's our number then. It's going to be, if we're going to rewrite it, it'll be 53,400. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's take a look at the next number. 3.27 times 10 to the negative 3. We're going to write 3 and 2 and a 7. Put our pencil where the decimal is. It's right between the 3 and the 2. Now we have negative 3, so we're going to go to the left. 1, a 2, a 3. Now here we're going to put a decimal because the number's still going to remain a decimal, but then we're still filling in our dips with zeros. So our new number is going to be 0.00327. Okay. If you got any questions, please review the video, write down question marks, any questions that you have. Okay, now we're going to take our standard form and we're going to turn it into scientific notation. Okay, here's what we're going to do here. At the end of every number, there's always a decimal point, but we just don't normally write it. So we're going to take our pencil there, and we're going to go up until there's only one number to the left of our decimal. So we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. 6 spots. Okay, now we're going to rewrite this. So we're going to have 3.725. We don't have to write any of the zeros down because those are just taking up spots. Times 10, and we did move it 6 over 6, so it's 10 to the 6th power. Okay, once again, now we have a decimal, and we're going to move that over until there's only one number left of the decimal. So we're going to put our pencil on the decimal, move it over 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see 3 is the only number left of the decimal, so that's where we stop. We have 3.16 times 10 to the 4, but we made that number bigger. So when the number becomes bigger, our exponent is a negative. As you saw on the top, we made that 3,725,000. That number went down, so this number went up, became positive. This number went up, so this number goes down. Any questions, please give us, let's write them down and bring them into class. Whoops. Okay, moving on to our real-world example. First to the table at the right, order the countries according to the amount of money visitors spent in the United States from greatest to least. Greatest to least. Greatest means the most. Least means the least, the smallest amount. So first we're going to take a look at, I'll look like pretty close numbers. You know, first someone would say, okay, Mexico spent the most. But the first thing you need to look at is this column right there. And we're going to pick out the biggest factors. So we have 10 to the 7th, and we have another 10 to the 7th. Obviously those are larger than 10 to the 6th. So there's two, Canada and the United Kingdom. So let's take a peek at those. So now we're going to look at the first column. Look at the first column there. 1.06, 1.03. Just think of that in terms of money. One is $1.03, the other one's $1.06. So obviously $1.06 would be more. So the United Kingdom, 1.06, 10 to the 7th. UK is first. Then we put Canada, 1.03 times 10 to the 7th second. And now we're down to India and Mexico. Once again, these are the factors are the same. So now we can look at the first column and the 7.15, $7.15. It's larger than $1.83. So Mexico would be third, and then India would be fourth. Okay, any questions? Please write them down, review the video, and bring them into class. This concludes this lesson.